Hey plant nerds, welcome back to my channel. If you guys have followed me on YouTube for a while or seen my past YouTube videos, you will know that I have a whiskey or a bourbon or some sort of spirit that I drink while I film my videos, and I have forgotten that the past few times, so I'm bringing it back, and we're starting off today with the Jefferson's very small batch bourbon whiskey. Okay, so for today's video I have a unboxing to do, and this plant actually was purchased from Facebook. I am no longer on the Facebook app, which sucks because it seems like that's where all of the plant pages are, the plant purges. That's where all the deals are, but thankfully I have an Instagram friend, Becca, who gave me a heads up on this plant, and so she actually messaged the seller on my behalf. And that is how I got it, and I'm very excited that I did. So this is the first time I've ever bought a plant off of Facebook, and I wanted to just do a quick unboxing and show you what is inside this beautiful priority mail box. Alright, so opening up the box, it just kind of poofed out a bunch of this cotton fiber filling, which actually is the first time I ever got a plant that was packed in this. I'm going to save it so I can reuse it. So here we have the cuttings that I ordered wrapped in this batting fabric fiber stuff, and then in this newspaper. Okay, so inside that newspaper is more of this pillow stuffing. And finally, ooh. Okay, so you couldn't really see that. I'm gonna just do the blogger hand pose. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a Hoya serpens. Now, I know you're sitting here thinking, is this man really gonna do another Hoya unboxing? And the answer is yes. Let me move this light. Oh, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Jones. Who's Mr. Jones? I don't know. So this is the Hoya serpens here. It's hard to show you a close-up. Is it working? Is it working? So you can kind of see that texture of that, like, almost like, I want to say almost like a football. I'm from Nebraska, so I have touched a football even though I'm not super into sports. I'm really excited. This plant has been very hard to come by. I've been looking for a serpens for a little bit. I knew that I was buying a cutting. I don't think this is rooted, but I'm just gonna check. I'm guessing he just wrapped this in plastic and a damp paper towel just to keep it a little bit hydrated, and I am correct. There is no roots forming, but you do have some arrow roots down there at the bottom. Anyway, my plan is to put this in a passive hydroponics system. If you saw my recent Hoya video on my Russian Hoyas, those particular Hoyas I let sit in my house for a week just to acclimate, and then I moved them all into a hydro culture environment, and they all are doing really, really well. I'm still converting some plants and seeing how it goes before I start doing videos on it, because I feel like I should know myself before I tell people what to do. Right now I will show you what I do for a plant, especially like this, just a cutting of a plant when I want to either get roots to start or beef up the roots on a smaller plant when I put them into passive hydroponics. So what I have here is leca, and I also have this little tiny net pot. You can buy these on Amazon. If you go to the link in my profile on Instagram, I have some of these in my Amazon store, so you can just go there and find them if you want, or you can buy locally. I found this at a local shop here in Tempe, Arizona. I love supporting local, so if you guys have a local hydroponic store, look it up and go support them. But if not, you can order from Amazon. I've already rinsed this leca. I would highly suggest rinsing it outside and or into a bucket that you can then take outside and dump onto some plants or landscaping that you have in your yard. The leca does have dust in it, and if you get that dust in your pipes, it could rehydrate and turn into this clay, sticky, it could ruin your pipes. So I'm gonna take the net pot here and I'm gonna fill it with the leca. Now usually I would just fill like a third with leca and then put the plant in and then cover the leca around, but since this is just a cutting, I'm going to fill this with leca and then I'm going to take my cutting and just lay it down in there. Now once your plant is situated in the leca, you are going to want to grab a cashpo, which I use these glass wee yogurt containers. These things can be used for so many things. If you just search the hashtag wee, O-U-I, yogurt jar on Instagram, you will see all of the creative uses people use for these, but I use them mostly for these small net pots. And then since this cutting has no roots developed, will pretty much fill this cashpo situation to the top. You can see here my Hoya serpens fully situated in its cashpo with its net pot and the leca. So I'm just gonna set this on my shelf in a brightly lit area and let it start adjusting and pushing out those roots. That is my unboxing of my Hoya serpens from Facebook. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but as always, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Thanks for watching.